List of items here that I use for CrossFit. I'm gonna tell you which ones are useless. You won't get anything almost out of them, and some of them are really something you may want to consider if you're starting and looking to buy some stuff and don't know what to buy. Let's start with the wraps. These are the wrist wraps made by Rogue. They improved it dearly. These are the shorter version. You're gonna find probably longer ones that wraps a lot around your wrist. This is thick enough where you don't have to wrap it a lot, and it's still flexible. Very thick material. You can wash it. I've been bruising them. I mean, I just literally use it every day on every workout. So you just, thumb goes here, you wrap it around your wrist like that. Trying to show you how it works, and it only wraps up like, on mine it's just 1.5 rounds, and it's like very comfortable. You can adjust it, you can wrap it closer here or a little back. Every time I lift it or my wrist gets that bending backwards kind of deal, I want to just keep them solid. So this is a good one if you're looking for wrist wraps. Definitely go with this. I wanted to show you this. I used to have these Harbingers, and what happens with these is, I mean, they're tight as they are, but there's like soft clothing. You put your wrist around here, and then you wrap them around. I mean, it still holds it, but nothing like the other one right there. My wrist is not really wrapped as tight because the thickness and the material on this Rogue one is much better. Don't get the long ones. You will have to wrap your wrist around like multiple times. You're gonna see like twice the size of these in length. You really don't need that. Okay, let's look at another item. A bicep band. It is not to protect you from anything. It is just keeping your sweat coming down your arm. So it's quite absorbent. They're not thick as regular wristbands. So you can tell that this is really thinner, and it goes onto your bicep. Like, let me show you. Well, actually, let me put that on real quick so you get the idea. It goes onto your lower bicep. Maybe you've seen it on the football games and stuff. It sits right here so the sweat doesn't cut through my elbow. And this is the Nike version. It's a little thicker. They're pretty cheap. You're gonna get the bag for, I want to say, $4.99 or so. These are Adidas. I've never used them yet, but they look thinner, but I'm sure they're gonna get the job done. As I said, they're pretty absorbent, and depending on how much you sweat, you may just double them up. But this is one of the items I use every day. Okay, this is the sport tape. Actually, I should show you this useless one right here before I show you the tape, but I'm just gonna keep them both here. This is a glove. This is a gym glove, which is gonna be useless at CrossFit. If you're doing CrossFit, don't even consider buying one of these. It will not help you with anything. You're gonna have rough hands, no doubt. In a few months, if you're doing everything right, you can use your hands as sandpaper. So that's gonna happen. So if you're bleeding a lot and opening up a lot, or chalk gets there and all that, you can use one of the sport tapes. I mean, they're not really expensive. I bought these for like $3, and if you don't know how to do it, you can look for videos. You have to use it vertically, so when you're doing like pull-ups and all that chest to bar stuff and all that swinging, dangling stuff, these should protect you a little bit. They're pretty cheap. You can reuse them if you really nicely do the tape thing on your hand. This is something may come handy. This is one of my backup packages, but don't get the gloves, be honest with you. They're really, I use these, I had them from old gym. I use these for biking now. I don't even use them. Okay, these are I use these as knee pads. Now this looks like a little out of ordinary. The reason I have these is I had a little incident jumping on a box when I was doing the jump boxes on a 42-inch. Hit my shin and then hit my knee on the box. So I'm kind of cautious when I'm doing high jumps. They're kind of pricey, but if you really want to push yourself and still want to do the high jumps instead of scaling them, and if you're not sure if you're gonna make it, you don't want to hurt your knee. Boxes are the worst because they're gonna either open up your shin part, gets infected pretty quickly, or you're gonna hurt your knee. I hurt my left knee, so I keep these around. They come really handy when I'm doing high jumps. I'm not saying use them each time, but I've been using them and they help dearly. Has like a huge cushion on it. These are made for volleyball, and I use them sometimes for elbow planks. I can pretty much do long elbow planks with my own body weight, but when somebody puts 45 pounds behind your back and says, yeah, stand for 2 minutes, then your elbows start having some problems. So I may just slip these in there real quick so I can stand longer without hurting my elbow. So this comes handy. I just keep them. I don't use them every day, but this may be something to consider in the future if you think that you're having problems with that. Instead of scaling, you can still put these on and keep going. This is something I use on my knee when I'm doing the squats and stuff. It really helps to keep, this is nothing to protect much, it's just to keep the knees warm. So you have more blood flow over there when you're doing like back squats or like front squats or overhead squats. Whenever you're using your knees heavily, these really help me out actually. They're really not that expensive. I use them almost, obviously, you lift, whenever you lift, you just put them in. These go in with my gym sack, so they're always in there. You can get them under $15. It's good investment. When you're doing box jumps again, and when you're doing some heavy lifting, I sometimes want my calves in one place. They sometimes move around and jiggle in a little bit, and I just want to keep them really tight so they don't move around when I'm doing especially deadlifts and stuff. So it looks flat, I know, but this is actually a shin wrap. So I have these velcros right here. So when you do the wrap around here and then just wrap them really tight, oops. They wrap really tight, whatever the tightness you want, and this comes in front of your shin. So this is your leg this is gonna be at the top. As you can see, these plastic pieces inside it, right, goes on your shin. Actually, it feels pretty comfortable. I use these when I'm doing box jumps also. If you ever hit your shin, these gonna help dearly. If you're doing high jumps, I don't do, I don't use these on 24s, but I do 42s. Yes, I do put them on. You never know when your tip of your shoe gonna hit the box and then it's gonna tilt to hit your shin. It's terrible. I don't want to stay out of the game for a stupid accident. So these are right around 15 bucks each, if not less. I got 2 of these. I don't use them every day. Over the calf, have this thickness, really nice thick. The only reason I'm showing these, if you didn't invest in a sock, you're probably not climbing the rope right, or you're doing like the knotted rope or something, because you're gonna need these knee socks. They're actually pretty tight here, so when you pull them up, it keeps your calves really tight also. So I use them in regular workouts also, not just rope climbs, but you want to invest in a sock where it goes up all the way over your calf underneath your knee, or you're gonna hurt yourself rope climbing. Here's the jump rope. Start with a heavier rope, and if you're not being able to get those double unders done yet, don't panic. I got this rope. It is super fast. Don't go out and buy the rope without trying. So how are you gonna try? Just try them at the box, measure them, find your weight, and then order them. My choice was this one right here. Like these bowls right in the handles this is like a light speed. I kind of miss a little heavier weight, but I'm getting used to this now. This is the rope. There's, as I said, there's like 50 kinds out there. You just have to find yours. Compression helps. I really feel like everything is in place with legs, and when I do squats and everything, these really help. You will not know what I'm saying until you try one of these. So you just have to go out there, try it yourself. But I've been really getting a lot of benefit out of these, and helps with the recovery also. So you don't have to buy this brand. Under Armour makes them, obviously Adidas makes them, but Nike was available at the local store and it was cheaper, so I bought these. Okay, the most important part right now is the shoes. You don't need to go out on a shoe buying spree, obviously, but at one point you're gonna realize that you're gonna need lifting shoes. I'm not saying you need them right out of the, like the first couple of months maybe, but you are going to need lifting shoes. It makes life easier, your form better, everything. Everything changes once you get a decent one, even a decent one. I'm not saying the best ones. You don't have to go out and spend $220 on one. These are the UForms by Reebok. The reason I chose these, I want to be able to complete my WODs in it. Most of the lifting shoes will not let you do that. Like if you have a WOD lifting and double unders and jumping boxes, you won't be able to do it with Nike Romeos, I say, because they are like stiff from back all the way to here. But this shoe is only halfway stiff, flexible at front, so I can get my double unders, I can complete my WODs with it. I kind of love it, but I'm just saying this should not be your first shoe. You gotta give it a shot with something more flexible for you, which you can do like everything in it, which comes the Nanos. This is my Nano 2. I've been bruising them, like literally. I've done everything with these shoes. I couldn't hurt it. I rope climb with them. Obviously, it makes life much easier. If you don't have CrossFit shoes, I mean, you definitely, if you're gonna spend money on CrossFit on one item, you have to buy the shoes. It makes huge difference. I've been wearing them for 8 months, indoor, outdoor, whatever. The WOD's coming at me. These shoes are taking it like a champ. So, and they're still in excellent shape. If you're gonna spend money on one thing, as I said, just get an overall shoe, and you'll be very happy. That will be a good start. They're pretty flat. Almost there is zero drop from like heel to toe. It's gonna feel a little weird, but it's gonna be very stable when you're lifting. This thing doesn't move like weirdly or give as much. So you're gonna really benefit out of this. It is up to you, but there's Nano 3 now, but I'm just gonna keep going with these until they're done and then upgrade it. You don't necessarily need to buy the best one or the latest one out there. Not necessarily the best one, but go to Reebok and you're gonna find something around $100. They'll get the job done. All right, thanks for watching.